I'm your host of the Most Welcome 23. You're joining me for Desire Decorum Book 2, Chapter 1, Betrothal and Betrayal. As the world darkens around you, moments of the night's events flash before your eyes. In all my years upon this earth, I have yet to find someone as quick-witted, headstrong, charming, breathtaking, and as you. Someone who challenged me, someone I respect. My heart is now and forever more yours. Sweet, darling Billa, if you will do me the honor, will you be my wife? It has been a precarious few months for my family, and so I am all more pleased to announce the most delightful news. My dear Lady Billa is engaged.
What the Dowager Countess Dominique says is true. Lady Billa and I will be wed. No, the hell we won't. I will unite Carlton and Edgewater forever.
As Lady Billa has fulfilled the terms of the will, I am pleased to officially declare her the heiress to Edgewater. None could be more deserving.
Lady Billa, you little minx.
You clutch your chest as your lungs fill less and less with each breath. Lady Billa shall officially claim her title as Countess of Edgewater upon her wedding day. Like this, please. The room begins to spin, you wheeze with every shallow breath, the bright spots take over your vision, and you reach out for something, anything to steady you until the world goes dark. You don't know how much time has passed when you finally return to your senses. Your eyes remain closed, but you feel your head pulsating. You can sense you're resting on something soft now. Slowly, your eyes flicker open. You're seated on a settee on the far side of the room. Mr. Chambers sits beside you and places a gentle hand on your shoulder as you begin to stir. Lady Billa? Mr. Chambers, where am I? What happened? You're at Duke Richard's townhouse at the ball. You collapsed after the bishop's announcement. I did. How long was I indisposed? Only for a few minutes, my lady. How are you feeling? I am furious. This wasn't the plan. How could my grandmother possibly match me with the Duke? I had it all figured out with Mr. Sinclair. Scan the room, searching for Mr. Sinclair, but he's nowhere to be found. Speaking of, where is he? Last I remember...
What Dominique Countess Dominique says is true. Lady Billa and I will be wed.
But Ernest... You turn your head wildly, searching the room for Mr. Sinclair. Try to go to him with your rapt audience, blocks your path. He disappears into the crowd as the Duke's grip on your hand tightens. You suddenly pull out of your reverie by the familiar voice laughing nearby.
You are too kind, my lady. I look forward to uniting our families together.
Where to hold the nuptials? Did you call or the Edgewater Estate? Although Bath is always lovely this time of... Lady Billa, oh good! You've come too. You gave us all such a fright. You could say I was more overcome with emotion. I would even... But before you can say another word, Miss Bowman approaches your grandmother and curtsies. Dowager Countess Dominique, I must congratulate you on such a great match. Thank you, Miss Bowman. We plan to have a large... While your grandmother is distracted by Miss Bowman, Duke Richards takes a step closer to you. He leans casually against the column, speaking so only you can hear him.
I warned you things were far from over. You belong to me.
Your Grace, I would sooner rather die than be married to you.
Lady Billa, I see you have quite the flair for the dramatics. It just makes you so much more desirable.
Nothing you say will ever make me want you. This engagement is a complete farce. It won't last.
Try telling the entire room that, or perhaps even Bishop Monroe. Our engagement is already public knowledge and completely settled.
I refuse to go along with this engagement, Your Grace. I'll tell everyone the truth right now. In fact,
think this through first. Refuting your grandmother's announcement would reflect rather poor judgment on her and Edgewater. Bishop Monroe would be forced to retract his statement, validating your father's will. The state would come under great scandal, and no longer fall to you.
Vicar Richards leans in closer, his lips curling into a menacing smile.
Without me, Edgewater cannot be yours. You'd only be penniless fortune seeker, the supposed bastard daughter of a Diddle.
Mark me, Duke Richards. We may be engaged for now, but I'll never be a wife. I will find a way to keep Edgewater and marry who I desire. As you glare, Duke Richards, the Dowager Countess turns her attention back to you. I pray you two are getting along.
Oh, naturally, my lady. It's a pleasure to spend time with my fiancée, although I must take my leave and attend to other guests.
Duke Richard bows to you and your grandmother, then joins a group of noblemen across the room. I don't think our fortunes could be any better. Duke Richards came to me after learning of your predicament and asked for your hand. But I already had a plan worked out. I already received and accepted another proposal this evening, Lady Grandmother. That might be the case, but by now, all of London knows your promise to Duke Richards. Besides, who would be better suited than a duke? It'd be the Duchess of Carlton. Oh, thank God for titles instead of happiness. But I am happy to be Countess of Edgewater. Your grandmother sighs and places a comforting hand on your shoulder. I want you to be happy, my dear. This is the best outcome we could have hoped for. When Duke Richards approached me, I did not dare pass it up. And now Bishop Monroe has accepted you as the heiress of Edgewater because you're engaged to his grace. You cannot throw it all away when you've come so far. Not when Edgewater is secure. This isn't how I wanted it to happen. Your father, my dear Vincent, wanted you to inherit Edgewater, so it would remain in the family. I'm doing what I can to ensure that. Yes, Father wanted that, but not at the expense of my happiness. He wanted me to marry for love. You remove the Dowager Countess's hand from your shoulder and storm out of the ballroom. Your feet guide you to the side hallway where Mr. Sinclair proposed earlier. Glance up and catch him looking out the window. Ernest, this wasn't my fault. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. Mr. Sinclair turns, looking at you sincerely. I know. I don't blame you at all. Although Duke Richards is another story. Why did you run off then? I thought you might have changed your mind about us. Bella, I could never. Nothing could be further from the truth. I needed to get away before I lashed out. Mr. Sinclair slams his fist onto the windowsill. His gaze returns outside. I can't believe this is happening. But, of course, Duke Richards would find a way to undermine me. He's done it before, after all. I thought we were safe and nothing could interfere. I won't let him do this to me again. Not with the woman who I was ready to spend the rest of my life with. We will be together. Your hands find Mr. Sinclair's as you lean against his shoulder. This wasn't what we planned, I know, but we will figure out a way to be together. Then nothing will part us from the rest of our lives. Mr. Sinclair kisses your forehead, and you notice a small smile play upon his lips. Your outlook on this bleak situation is quite refreshing. I just think of what our future holds. You squeeze Mr. Sinclair's hand as you close your eyes and enjoy the moment. There has to be some way to break off the engagement to Duke Richards. I just need to figure out how. You have my help, Bella. I'll do whatever it takes to be with you. Only Bishop Monroe's announcement didn't complicate things. He validated my father's will because of my engagement to Duke Richards. Were my situation to change, the estate would no longer be mine. Sink your arms around Mr. Sinclair, and rest your head on the crook of his neck. As much as it pains me to say this, it might be best to go along with your engagement, at least in public. But in private... Mr. Sinclair leans in close and kisses your temple. His lips linger. You can feel his warmth, breath against your skin. I think I can endure that, at least until we find a way to dissolve the engagement. But what does that mean for us? I'm not going anywhere. I will wait however long it takes, Billa. Duke Richards can try, but he'll have to fight me first. You take a step back and stare deeply into Mr. Sinclair's eyes. You close the distance between you and Mr. Sinclair, meeting his lips tenderly. Oh, Billa. Your lips brush Mr. Sinclair's again, sweetly and gently. You finally break apart and touch your forehead to Mr. Sinclair's. I don't think I'll ever tire of that. My sentiments, exactly. But we should return. It's growing late. You finally let go of Mr. Sinclair and return to the ballroom. The next morning. A gentle hand nudges you awake. You crack your eyes open and see Ryer standing over you holding a tray. Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Do you care for a spot of breakfast in bed? I care for a spot of tea. The Dowager Countess is hosting Duke Richards. I thought you would prefer this over making polite conversation with them at the table. You are my savior, Briar. I don't think I could have faced both of them this morning. Briar places the tray on your lap. You tuck into the eggs and toast on the plate. Did that all really happen last night? I'm engaged to the Duke. I thought your grandmother was supposed to protect you. How could she force Duke Richards on you? My grandmother won't even listen to me. I've tried to tell her I'm not interested in how horrible he really is, but she always makes up some excuse. My grandmother refuses to think of any other match except him. Let me speak to her. I'll make her listen. Whoa there, Briar. I adore your enthusiasm, but you needn't go that far. At least not yet. Briar walks over to the window and watches the carriages roll past the townhouse. It's such a lovely day outside. I know. You can't stew in here forever. It would do you good to get away from the horribleness, at least for a few hours. Excellent idea, Briar. Now, what to wear? Something marvelous, of course. You never know who you'll encounter in the city. And before Prince Meet, time to choose a look befitting a stroll through London. Remember, special outfits will allow you to unlock special scenes, social standing, and impress love interests. Well, pretty much Mr. Sinclair says he's gonna wait forever with this. I'm pretty sure that's impressed enough. So, Pixelberry, you're gonna have to give me something more, you know? This is very boring. This is very boring. This is fine. I don't know. We wore that so much. You know what, here. Maiden, fair maiden. Excellent dress! Perhaps a headpiece to finish off your look! Spend more diamonds, why don't you? Wreath of gold. A band of jewels. A hat! Oh my! None of this goes with your outfit. A beautiful bloom actually goes with my outfit. A touch of shade. Spend them diamonds! You know what? I'm going without a hat, okay? It looks ridiculous. Brilliant choice! I'm done. Okay. You've unlocked the closet! We do all the time. Where do we keep our shit? Well, what do you think, Briar? You look delightful as always, Bella. Alright, let's see what awaits in London. In the city, not long after. You stroll through St. James Park, walking beneath the dense canopy and listening to the birds chirping. Pretty. Park is so breathtaking. Reminds me of almost of Grovershire. I wonder if Father ever walked here with Mama. Glance down at your hands, adjusting your mother's ring on your finger. I miss them both. Well, you certainly look rather gloom for someone whose engagement is the talk of London. Glance up and see Miss Holloway sauntering over towards you. Don't test me, Miss Holloway. I don't have the time nor the patience today. But shouldn't you be, I don't know, happy as the future Duchess of Carleton? Were I in your shoes, I'd be completely ecstatic. No, Miss Holloway, by all means, take Duke Richards for yourself. I mean, it's obvious that he is your Wait, did you say take him? You would say that about your fiancé? I'm serious, I don't want him at all. If you desire him, I wish you the best. But I will caution that he is not the great man you believe to be. Somehow I doubt that. He's a duke. Obviously, he's of good breeding. Oh, God. Sweet. That's like saying Trump is like the best man in the world. Ha 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 ha. Miss Holloway studies you for a moment, then rolls her eyes. But I suppose I should offer my congratulations on your engagement. Strange how a confirmed old bachelor decided to actually marry. To a bastard, nonetheless. Is this your way of congratulating me, or insulting, Miss Holloway? Because I don't believe you know the difference. Give it time, Lady Billa. Duke Richards will see what you truly are. He already knows we can't stand one another, but shut the hell up and get away from me. I'm counting on it. Miss Holloway turns on her heels and begins walking the opposite direction. You hear her mutter under her breath as she passes. At least this leaves me, Mr. Sinclair. No bastard can stop me now. No, Mr. Sinclair will put a stop to that in and of himself. I don't need to worry. I wouldn't get your hopes up if I were you. You continue your walk through the park when suddenly you hear familiar voices arguing. Oh, come now, Mr. Sinclair. You couldn't possibly refuse a woman in need. I would argue your situation is the opposite, Miss Parsons. In fact, it would be ungentlemanly of me to agree to such terms. Bah! I would argue that you fear losing. My word, Lady Billa. Miss Parsons spies you nearby and waves you over. How are you? I was expecting to find you engaged to Duke Richards last night. Neither was I. I had other plans in mind. Richard, you're speaking to my other plan. Get away. Go. Go. Shh. I'll talk to you later. You and Mr. Sinclair meet each other's eyes, but quickly look away. You notice his cheeks turn a shade of pink. Duke Richards is the last person I want to call my fiancé. Then that settles it. I'll do whatever I can to help you break it. Duke Richards won't know what to do with both of our minds combined. Thank you, Miss Parsons. I appreciate your support. I'm sure Mr. Sinclair would say the same. Of course Lady Billa has my support. As if you need to ask. Now I declare we need to get our minds off this nasty business. If I have to hear the name Duke Richards one more time, well, you won't like to see that side of me. Duke Richards. Okay, I'm waiting. Oh God, yes! Duke Richards. Lady Bella! Duke Richards, the disgusting lecher. Duke Richards, the fiancé I never wanted. Duke Richards, the sour excuse of a man that I never wish to see again. Parsons shakes her head and playfully hits you. Oh, I hope you let it all out. We don't need to dwell on the horrible human being anymore. Parsons turns to Mr. Sinclair, a mischievous grin spreading across her face. Oh no, your smile makes me rather unwary. Lady Bella, perhaps you can help me persuade Mr. Sinclair here. That's quite the feat. What's the task at hand? I challenged him to a match in archery earlier, but he refuses. Forgive me, but why archery? Because I've heard Mr. Sinclair is one of the greatest shots in all of London. Aha, we know how to kill him now. Just need you to hold this bow and arrow, and I'll line him up. And I'd like to show that I can beat his score, so why not make a friendly competition of it? It wouldn't be gentlemanly for me to compete against you. I would easily outpace your score. So many excuses, sir. Yet, I don't believe a single word. I think you're scared. Mr. Sinclair, would it not be ungentlemanly to refuse her? Besides, it doesn't seem like you're worming out this easily. Mr. Sinclair sighs deeply. All right, since I see no other option, I accept. However, Mr. Sinclair's gaze turns to you. Only if you were to accompany us, Lady Billa. Yes, what a brilliant idea. What have I gotten myself into? I believe Miss Parsons would call it an enjoyable outing for three. I'm inclined to agree. Should you require it, I'd be happy to give you a few pointers as well. Plus, you can imagine the target is he who shall not be named. I know I will be. Go to the archery range with Mr. Sinclair and Miss Parsons in this exclusive scene to compete against them, and for a chance at some alone time. The question: one or both of them? But what? We had it in Bloodbound? I ask these questions. They're important to know. Continue on your walk. I'll admit it sounds pleasant, but I'm enjoying my stroll through London. I wouldn't want to disrupt it. Fair enough. Have a lovely afternoon, Lady Billa. Come on, Mr. Sinclair. It's time I best you in archery. You allow Lady Bella to walk away, but not me. Oh, fine. If Lady Bella doesn't join, then you don't have to as well. One of these days, I shall change both of your minds, though. Until then, I'm off to enjoy myself. Miss Parsons curtsies to you both, and you watch her walk towards the nearby range before you return home. Several days later. You rush downstairs towards the front door, your hand touches the handle when a voice calls out, My dear Bella, won't you join us? This will take but a moment. Oh, if it's Duke Richards, I'm stabbing him with a butter knife, preferably rusty so he gets tetanus and dies. You walk into the parlor and find the Dowager Countess having tea with Duke Richards. Hey, Grandma, got a rusty butter knife?
Ah, good day, Lady Billa.
Duke Richards. You inhale sharply and turn to the Dowager Countess. What is it you require? I can spare a few moments before I meet Miss Parsons for tea. Oh, I think you'll want to spare more than that. No, okay. You know what? I'm done with manners. I'm done. I'm done with manners. I'm done being ladylike. We're gonna do what we're doing, okay? I have some exciting news to share. More exciting than being engaged to Duke Richards. In a few days, you'll officially end your London debut when you're presented to Her Majesty Queen Charlotte. I'm going to meet the Queen of England. And insane. Next time on Desire Decorum, near end your London season by meeting the Queen of England. Will your presentation be a royal reveal or a common occurrence? I'm a commoner. I wear shit. I don't wear diamond editions. I'm a commoner. I'm a commoner. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm a commoner. I'm I mean, what? Anyway. That being said, I hope you all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. Hey, would you... Hey, psst, psst, hey, wait. What's that? Do you hear that? It's giveaways on my channel. If you didn't know, there's giveaways. What's that? You can also join me live while I'm doing choices live. You get to hear me live and be part of the community. There's a link for that in the description. It's called Twitch. It's fantastic. You also get to see other games that you will never see on YouTube on Twitch. You also get to hear all the music in games that you will never hear on Twitch. Because YouTube is a piece of shit. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm kidding. You can tell everyone. Everyone knows already. They're probably going to look at you and go, congratulations, you just figured this out. With that being said, hope you all did enjoy. I'll catch you. Next up, we have Heist and High School Story. Godspeed and have a great day. Bye.